Rule 2. So we come to rule 2 under subject-verb agreement. Rule 2 under subject-verb agreement. And then let's listen to what it also says. Already we've learned the rule 1, and then we learned the various exceptions under rule 1. So we are coming on to the rule 2, and then probably rule 3, as we can see here, and we shall go on and on till we finish with the 10 rules. And once again, don't forget to subscribe to our page, and then also leave your comments at the bottom of the video, and then we attend to whatever concerns you have. And if there is any concern, you raise, and then we shall address it. So rule 2 also says that when 2 or more singular subjects are joined by or, nor, or but, right? When 2 or more singular subjects are joined by or, nor, or but, a singular form of the verb is used. A singular form of the verb is used. So we have examples like this. Kofi or Akia. Kofi or Akia. Kofi or Akia, 2 singular subjects joined by or, right? Joined by or. So the verb which must follow should be a singular form of the verb. Is to live, and that is why we have this is here. Kofi or Akia is to live, right? The next one is neither Sarah nor the day was here. Sarah and the day joined by nor, neither nor, right? And the verb must be singular because they are both singular subjects. The verb must also be singular, right? So you take notice of that. This is not and. These are other forms of conjunctions which we must also consider. And then the third one, not only his child, but even his sister finds him selfish. Not only his child, but even his sister finds him selfish. So this is also another type when we have 2 subjects joined by the conjunction but, right? In this case, we don't say they are plural. We still have to use singular verbs for them. And that is why we have this verb here, finds, right? Which agrees with this because they are joined by this. And it is very easy one here. And as you study it well, you really commit yourself to it, you imbibe it, and then start practicing the use of some of these things, you are good to go to get your language better. So let's quickly move to rule 3. Rule 3 of the subject-verb agreement. And what does the rule 3 also say? The rule 3 says that the principle of proximity, another meaning for proximity is nearness, something which is close to another thing, right? The closest type of subject. So the principle of proximity or nearness or closeness demands that when 2 subjects are joined by or, nor, or but, the verb agrees with the nearer one. The verb agrees with the nearer one. So anytime 2 subjects are joined by or, nor, or but, the verb agrees with the nearer one, the subject which is close to that verb, right? So if that verb is singular, if that subject is singular, the verb must be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. So let's take a look at these 2 examples. Neither Gordon nor his brothers. So this nor is what is joining these 2 subjects. This nor is what is joining these 2 subjects. And when you look at these 2 subjects, Gordon and then his brothers, you can see that his brothers is closer to the verb. And therefore, the verb must agree with his brothers, not Gordon. And therefore, when you look at his brothers here is a plural subject. And therefore, the verb must be plural because the rule of grammar says that plural subjects take plural verbs. And then the other way around, singular subjects also taking singular verbs. So his brothers being a plural subject must take a plural verb, which is where. So neither Gordon nor his brothers were present. And let's take the reverse form of it. And it becomes neither his brothers nor Gordon. So you can see that for this time, Gordon is rather closer to the verb. And that is why the verb has changed from where to was. Because Gordon is a singular subject, and therefore it must take a singular verb. And that is why we have was here being the verb, which must admit the subject, because it is closer to this subject. And that is why we have the was there. So these are the two rules for today. In our next video, we're going to show you another two rules. So which means that don't forget to follow us. That is why it is so important that you click the notification button as well as the subscription button. You subscribe, you click on the notification button. So anytime we bring you a new video, you are going to receive a notification, and then you follow to learn. So in our next lesson, we are going on to rule 4, 5, and then probably
hello, you're welcome to the
6.
English lesson with Andy. And we are continuing on our subject verb agreement, and we are going through the rules. So today we are on rule 4. As we learned previously, we've learned the rules up to rule 3, and we are continuing today. Don't forget to subscribe to our page or channel, and then click on the notification button for more lessons. So we are going straight to our lesson today, which is on the rule 4. Rule 4. And the rule 4 also says that a singular subject followed immediately by such constructions as well as with, together with, in addition to, along with, including, not less than, etc., requires a singular verb. So anytime any of these constructions, right, construct as well as, together with, and then all that come after a singular subject, the verb remains what? Singular. The verb remains singular. So we have some examples here. The teacher, as well as a student, is here. So in this case, the verb is agreeing with the first subject, which is the teacher. The teacher is a singular, and the verb agrees with the teacher. And we have the manager. The manager together with the members is to blame. So in this case, the manager being singular also agrees with the verb. So these subjects are not considered in our choice of verb for this particular rule, because we've learned that anytime a singular subject is followed immediately by any of these constructions, right, the verb must agree with that subject, no matter whatever may be coming after such constructions. If whatever comes after the construction is plural, we don't give any attention to that. But we consider the first subject, and then therefore the rule must be singular, because the first subject is singular. So that is it for this rule, the rule 4. And it's something that is quite tricky. A lot of people get confused about that. So one thing that you should take notice of is anytime you see any of these things, in addition to as well as in conjunction with, the verb must agree with the first subject and not the second subject. So that is it. So let's also come to rule 5 under subject verb agreement. And what does this rule also say? The rule says that a singular subject followed by a plural modifier requires a singular verb. A singular subject followed by a plural modifier requires a singular verb. So the modifiers are in the brackets, as we can see here. This is what we call modifiers, right? These are modifiers. The ones I've underlined are the modifiers. So a list is here, a singular subject. A list, singular subject, and this is the modifier. Modifier means something which is giving a further explanation to the heading noun. So the of teachers, makes us know what the list is. A list. So this modifier is only defining the list, and therefore the concentration will not be fixed there. So a list has, right? A list has been submitted. So a list of teachers has been submitted. The list is what our concentration is. Now, and then the second example is the head of the army. Army is collective. Now, the head of the army has been appointed, right? So the head is what our concentration also is. And then the third one is one of the workers is bereaved. One of the workers is bereaved. Our concentration here is on the one of the workers. Here is also telling us who this one is, and therefore the verb must be singular because this is singular. So these are the two rules we are going to consider for today, and I believe that per what we've studied under Rule 4 and the Rule 5, you are really going to study it so that you have a full grasp of these rules, and then you apply them so well. So let's meet again to study the Rule 6 and 7 in our next lesson.